Yo people, how's it going? It's your boy Richard Morse back at it again with another game week preview and review. Yeah, so another week is done, ladies and gentlemen. We are now going into the international break, and yeah, it's one of those where it's just so annoying. Like, as soon as we get used to the Premier League being back, get some momentum building, along comes another international break, and it's a bit like, ugh. Like, it's someone, you know what it's like? It's like being with you meet a girl at a club. You start chatting to her, you get on with her, start dancing with her, start necking on with each other, get a number, and she says, oh, let's go back somewhere, shall we? Just come back to mine. Going away to the bedroom, just about to, seal the deal, and she goes, oh, you know what, I'm not feeling it now. I'm just like, God's sake, we're so used to this Premier League system, and we're getting back into our system again, and to just stop again for another international break, a pointless international break, let's be honest. It's just so annoying. It's so frustrating. But, what can we do, lads? We just got to move. And yeah, let's look at the scores from this week. Yeah, it's been some interesting results, to say the least. So, we started off this week with Chelsea going 2-0 against Fulham. I think that was pretty surprising. I did put Pedro as my captain for Fantasy League. I felt against Fulham, they'll get a result out of that. And yeah, they did pretty comfortably, really. Ooh, now this one, Man United Burnley. Ooh. That was a good game. I feel gutted for Burnley. I thought Burnley were going to steal it at one point, but then last minute, give away a penalty. Fernandes steps up, makes it 3-2, and yeah. Typical United. Just when you think they're really down for the count, they find a way to scumbag their way through for another win. Sunderland Brentford. Now that one was an interesting one. I had thought Brentford would get the win here, to be honest. I thought with Sunderland, yeah, they've had a good start, but it's one of those, yeah, they'll start off good, then they'll go, that once they hit a bad patch, they'll go straight back down. But no, surprisingly, Sunderland pulled out the bag, made it 2-1 in the end. So yeah, my hat's off to them. Now we go on to our team. Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 1. Yeah, we scored literally in the first 5 minutes, Evan Nilsson, and yeah, to be brutally honest, Tottenham didn't really turn up. We absolutely outplayed them. I think they said in the first half they didn't even have a shot, Tottenham. And even in the second half, they didn't really do much. They went literally all guns blazing, but we just parked the bus and just held on for dear life, and we got the win. So yeah, for Bournemouth, things are looking up. Considering the fact, you look at our first couple of fixtures, we had Liverpool at Anfield. Not easy. That's just what you need at the start of the season. The Premier League champions in their hometown. That's not what you really want in your first game of the new season. But you know what? We only lost 4-2, but literally they only scored 2 goals in the last 7 minutes. And that was when we actually went toe-to-toe with them for 88 minutes, so there's no shame in losing that one. We then came back for our first home game against Wolves. We got the win there, but only just go over the line with that one. But then, you know what? We kept a clean sheet, got a 1-0 win for that one. And then we got up to the Tottenham game where we thought, once again, away games aren't going to be good for us this season. To go up against Liverpool and Tottenham in your first 2 away games. And yet somehow we come out away with the win. Tottenham, for some reason, just didn't seem up for it. I think they were more focused about giving Xavi Simons a celebratory signing thing, like they did, like Eze got from Arsenal. They were trying to copy that, basically. They were so focused on getting that sort of new signing parade thing going on, they didn't really concentrate on the game, and we just capitalised on them. And yeah, came away with another 3 points. So yeah, 2 out of 3 wins for us. That's pretty impressive start for us. We just hope that after we come back from this international break, we can find a way to keep this momentum going. Because, we've seen it so many times where teams go off with really good momentum before the international break, but for some reason when they come back they're just not the same and they start going downhill. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen to us. So yeah, that's that result. Now we move on to the Wolves Everton. Now that was a very good game. I'm not gonna lie, Jack Grealish at Everton is looking like a really good signing now. It feels like it's one of those where it feels like Jack Grealish has almost done a prison sentence. He's finally free of Pep and now he's just flourishing again. And yeah, it's just so good to see Jack Grealish filling that potential that we thought it was going to be at City. Don't get me wrong, he won trophies at City, but it feels like he was stifled, and just the Jack Grealish that went to City was a shadow of the man that was at City. It felt like he just got drained from all his maverick personality, and he just became a cog in a machine. That's basically what it became. And yeah, it was sad to see that. He was such an exciting player when he went to City, and thought, this is going to boost him up. And yeah, he won trophies, but it just, I don't know, it just didn't feel right, him being at City. It just didn't quite gel. But he won trophies at the end of the day, so you can't blame him. And now that he's gone off on a season loan to Everton. It feels like we're getting that old Grealish back, the old Grealish back, and like it's good to see. It really is good to see. Okay, we move on to Leeds 0, Newcastle 0. Yeah, I mean, poor Newcastle. They've been put through the ringer. Let's be honest, with the whole Isak drama. I think losing that game to Liverpool really just was almost like a knife in the heart at that point. It was just like, you're taking our best player and you're humiliating us at our home ground. Yes, it's just like, you know what? Do you know what for Newcastle it's like with the Isak Liverpool drama? It's like when you walk into a nightclub with your girl, this guy bumps into you, you get into an argument and a fight with this guy, you lose the fight, and she dumps you for the guy that knocked you out. That's basically what happened with Newcastle there. Isak was like, you know what, you've lost a fight, I can't be with a man that loses a fight, and goes off with the guy that knocked you out. That's basically what happened with Newcastle Liverpool. Newcastle have just been cocked, completely and utterly cocked. And now we move on to the shocking one, really. Brighton 2, Man City 1. Like, everybody thought Man City need to bounce back after the Tottenham game. Brighton away, that's the one where they're really going to get their shit together and basically get the season back on track. But no, Brighton said, no, you're not coming to our turf and rolling us over. We're going to do you over. And yeah, I'm not going to lie, lads. For Pep Guardiola, it's looking a little bit shaky here. I know they've literally just signed Donnarumma, and you know, I feel bad for James Trafford. He's been literally their goalkeeper choice for literally a couple of games, and Pep's basically said after a few games, like, nah, you're not good enough, mate. We're getting a treble winner in Donnarumma. But I don't know. I just don't see the Donnarumma transfer working out. I just feel like if they were going to sign Donnarumma, they should have done it a couple of seasons before. Like, I don't know whether is he a little bit over the hill? I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? I'm probably going to be wrong with that one. Yeah, on to the next one. We move to Nottingham Forest 0, West Ham 3. I mean, nobody saw that coming. West Ham have been absolutely atrocious this season. I don't know what happened to Forest in this game. I wasn't really watching the game, so yeah. That's probably the shocker of the week. Like, how West Ham turned up to Forest and dunked on them three goals. I think it was like Callum Wilson, Bowen, and Paqueta, was it? Yeah, whoever. Who cares? Alright, we move on to probably the biggest game of the week. Liverpool-Arsenal, 1-0, Szoboszlai with the 83rd minute, if I'm not mistaken. Free kick. I mean, that was a wonder free kick. That was Ronaldo-esque, Messi-esque. Like, if that was ever a game to decide how the title season's going to go, pretty much it. And that just shows you the difference between Liverpool and Arsenal, where like one's a winner, one's trying to be a winner. There's the difference. And yeah, now we move on to the final game, which is Aston Villa 0, Crystal Palace 3. Palace turning up at Villa Park and dunking 3 on Villa's heads. And yeah, I think Gahey getting a goal was kind of like, it was almost like written in the stars. Like it was like, that was the moment you knew, yeah, it's probably going to be his last goal, and it's probably going to be his last appearance for Palace. And by the sounds of it, yeah, he's just finished signing the deal with Liverpool. He's going to probably do his medical in another day or two. And yeah, it's a shame. It feels like Palace have built such a good team, but slowly but surely it's starting to get ripped apart. You know, they've lost Eze, they're about to lose Gahey. You know, if they lose, say, Mateta, which they could do, it's still time for them to lose him. It feels like they're slowly getting systematically ripped apart. But, you know, we've seen it with so many teams over the last couple of seasons. We saw it with that Wolves team a couple of years ago, Brighton a couple of years ago, Bournemouth, you know. Us this summer transfer, we lost half our defence. We've had to literally scramble and try and make a new defence in the last couple of weeks. I think we've managed to pay off, but it was looking a bit shaky for a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, it's the same things happened with this Palace team, where like they've built such a good team, but slowly but surely, you know, the big clubs will come in with the big money and say, hey, I'll take this guy, I'll take this guy, I'll take that guy. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Palace go on without Gahey and Eze. We'll see how they do. And yeah, that's the results for the game week 3. We haven't had the international break, which is really annoying, but you know, it is what it is. We move, lads. Looking forward to the next game week in a couple of weeks' time. And yeah, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching my reaction video. I've been your boy, Richard Morse. Up the cherries. I'm missing the Premier League already, lads. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for the next Premier League review. See you later.